There they are. No, wait.
Help!
We wait and we watch. That's what we're here for.
Pete! So, you made it. Good. Good. Come in. Come in. Come in.
Well, just in and out, Steph. I can't stay.
Time enough for the toast. It's not every man that can father a son at the age of 50.
Not every man who'd want to. How many does this make? 4?
Sons, each with his own mother.
You never. Small, you never. Yeah. And every mother is young enough to be your daughter. I know.
Stable! What is it? Oh, damn. That's indecent.
All right, I'll run with it. Whatever
Thanks.
it is. Catch up with me tomorrow? Step out. Just tell me, how do you do it?
I lie about my age.
Not at all. Back.
Shouldn't we know? We wait.
Wouldn't you know it?
I think we've waited long enough.
Anyone we know, Inspector?
Sir, I'm sorry, I've been led to expect Commissar Zabo. Bernadette Nachel. You might know her better by a professional name. Vleck. Bernadette Vleck.
Yes, I know her.
You repeat yourself, House. Demand your rights. That's the law, you say. Apart from that, you say you're not going to say anything, right? Wrong, Hans. The law is for those who can afford it. Rights are for those who can exercise them. Either way, you come up empty. What?
Nachel.
Well, what? They got to him?
They got to her.
And that's the good news.
What's the bad?
Commissaris took the call. Your commissaris.
My father.
Yeah. Don't you ever wish you were an orphan?
Do you want your wife to become a widow?
She thinks she is. He says. Did you get anything from Stone?
No. But now we've got to switch our bets. Nachel won't be able to move. He'll be smother covered. My old man will see to that. You got me out of there. You've had words with me, wrap my knuckles. He wins. We've got nothing to hold him on. Right? He walks. Your apologies. All right? Leo, wait. Pick him up as he leaves. Rotate with Van Luring.
We were using his car.
So he's lending it to you?
No. Have you ever driven with him?
All right, okay, go easy on his gearbox. Drive on the brakes. That way you won't have to change down so often.
Leo.
Just go.
Keys.
You lose him, Leo, and you get the usual choice, burned or buried, because with knuckle box...
I'm gone.
Commissaris van der Valk, Mrs. Bernadette Nakel.
Theatre, second floor.
Thank you.
And you, brain dead. Oh, sorry. Personal. Final comment. Something that had to be said.
Any unimportant calls?
Nothing.
Will come. I don't know which I need more. Shower or sleep.
I'm told we can live on less sleep than we think.
Meaning?
You don't have to announce your arrival. What about Stahl?
Released. You'll have to rotate with Leo on surveillance.
Because I said you needed to bathe.
Because there's only one short straw left, and you drew it.
Rinus Nagel. Commissaris van der Valk.
It makes no sense.
It seldom does, Mr. Nagel. It seldom does. Can you tell me anything?
I haven't yet told me anything.
No, I mean about the incident.
Oh, yes, I see.
No.
Well, nothing.
Anything you saw or heard? Anything that might...
No, nothing. I thought Bernadette had collapsed.
Mr. Nagel, your wife is an ex-member of the judiciary. Very high-profile, past president of the court.
She relinquished the post last year when we were married. 1 year. That's why we were there. We were celebrating. It was our... I'm sorry, I'm having trouble coming to terms with.
Of course. Forgive me, can you think of any reason why? I'm looking for a motive.
Motive? For the attempted murder?
Yes, your wife passed judgment on others. Isn't it possible that someone from her past, someone who thought they were wronged?
Vengeance.
Has she had any threatening correspondence, any suspect phone calls?
No. No. But I know.
Mr. Nagel,
Yes. This is Commissaris van der Valk.
your wife is, I'm afraid, still in some danger, and it would be dishonest of me.
Yes, I understand. Thank you. I shall stay.
Yes. I'll see that you're informed immediately of any change.
some preliminary data?
If I must.
Hartzinger. Yeah. Yeah. Agent David Anderson, DEA.
Agent Anderson, Wim Vanderbilt. Yes. When? Yes. Understood. Thank you. Yeah. Bye.
They made their move.
Departed Miami International 22 minutes ago. Heading our way via London Heathrow, flight BL41.
Shouldn't you have said something?
And get the gospel according to Uncle Sam.
It's your future. I'm just a poor foot soldier.
About to go over the top. Again.
Again.
Pete!
Tomorrow would have done. There's nothing we can do now.
No, the sooner, etc. What do we have?
I said tomorrow. The guy's had all he can take for one night.
You trying to turn back the pages, Pete?
What's that mean?
I heard you wanted the best of both worlds. Upstairs and on the street. Well, what the hell? You bought the ticket when you took the call? You want to stay aboard for the ride? Why not?
Tomorrow, Steph. In my upstairs. 9 a.m. sharp. I hand it all over there. Good night.
Good night, Pete. Give my love to Arlette.
Yeah.
What was it this time?
Stefan Szabo. He's sired yet another son.
The man's a menace.
But you're fond of him anyway.
I've never known a woman who wasn't. That's why he's a menace.
Oh, he sends his love, by the way.
He has an excess of love. Why on earth he ever became a policeman? Did you remember the smoked goose?
No, I didn't remember the smoked goose. I had the small matter of an attempted murder to deal with, and the smoked goose did actually slip my mind.
Pete? Why did you accept your last promotion?
What? Because I earned it.
So why won't you enjoy it? Good night.
So, where's the fire?
Under you, so move.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. So, did you tell him?
No.
Well, you're gonna have to.
When time and place.
What's the hurry?
You're on surveillance at Schiphol, flight VL41. The targets. They're traveling on legitimate passports, so recognition shouldn't be any problem. You're cleared to cover immigration control. Leo will be a baggage collection. Shadow them from there.
Right.
And you, don't be fooled by their manicured fingernails. Those faces are on most wanted posters. They wouldn't think twice about getting their hands dirty.
Have a nice day.
Yes, sir. I'll tell him. Yes. Goodbye, sir.
Morning, Janet. I'm expecting Commissar Zabo.
He called in, sir. Would you please meet him at Schiller's bar?
Really?
He seemed... sounded...
What?
distressed.
Oh, yeah. Well, this won't take too long. All right. Stefan, this is everything on the narco shooting. Now then, I said in my office, what the hell is going on here? What's wrong?
He's dead.
What? Who's dead?
My newborn.
Oh, Stefan, what can I say?
Well, you'd enjoy me a drink. You welcomed him by sharing a drink. You can signal his going. Then we can close the book. Get on about our business.
Steph?
Yeah. Thanks. Let's go. We have questions to ask. The bullet entered here through the left clavicle and came out here where the cervical vertebra ends and the thoracic vertebra begins.
That's it.
And the trajectory has indeed been long determined. You've got it all worked out, haven't you, Pete?
Well, I made preliminary inquiries. Now it's all yours.
No. Can you carry on? I'm in no fit state. I need time. I've got to go to the clinic. Comfort Helena.
Helena?
Helena Pell.
Well, if you want to use the car.
No. I need the time it takes. Pull myself together. You'll find an Inspector Opstall has been assigned to assist. Promising. He's got younger legs and a quicker brain.
Useful.
You know, you make no mention of how he makes his money.
No, I didn't ask him. Should I have?
Diamonds.
He's known to you.
The company he keeps.
Go well, Stefan. Hi. Didier Kleber, Commissaris van der Valk.
Yes?
You know why I'm here.
Of course. I've already answered your questions. There's nothing to add. Though I've thought of nothing else. How is my question? How can a respectable couple walk out of a restaurant and... Why?
Oh, tempora humores.
I'm sorry?
Latin? These are dangerous times, I think. Latin.
In my young day, they were supposed to be a changing.
Yes, I suppose that is another way of putting it. Were Renus and Bernadette Nachel regular customers?
Twice, 3 times a month, yes, regular.
They dined alone?
Yes, always. Yeah, always alone.
Their table bookings are, of course, in the diary.
Of course.
Yeah. So, nothing else you can tell me?
Nothing, Commissary. What is there to tell? What? Monsieur and Madame Nachel walked in off the street. They dined. Well, I like to think. They drank good wine, they laughed, and then they walked back out into the street. And, oh, tempora.
Humores, exactly, monsieur.
And the answer is still no.
No?
As I thought. Thanks. Good morning, Commissaris. I was just checking. Excuse me.
Feeble excuse. Did he get what he wanted?
Is he all right, sir? Commissary Zabo.
No, Janet, he's not all right. Messages?
Mr. Sampson.
Inevitably.
But not in his office.
Oh.
He's out supervising the security arrangements for the state visit.
State visit? That's more than a month away. Where?
Today it's the rooftop positions around the dam.
All right. But first, would you get my home number and then try and track down an Inspector Obstill in serious crime?
Hello? Pete!
Arlette, could you do something for me? There's a young woman in the maternity clinic. Helena Pell. Yes. Yes, that's right. Yes, their son has died.
Dear God. Yes, of course. Now? Yeah. Bye.
Somewhat premature, these preparations?
What? No, no, no. Thorough. We wouldn't want another Dealey Plaza, would we?
Dealey Plaza? Oh, yes, John F. Kennedy. No, no, we wouldn't want another one of those.
No, no, no. About this other outrage at the restaurant Loudon, I want you to take responsibility.
You do?
Yes. It's a matter not without its own ramifications, of course. Bernadette Nachel is a lady of some...
influence?
She has friends who have influence.
So, you want me officially to be operational?
All right, yes, I know. I know, it's true. It's a change, a temporary change of tune, but one I thought you'd be interested in.
Stefan Zabo is the officer in charge.
Yes. Contrary to common belief, I do not dwell in an ivory tower. I know perfectly well that Stefan Zabo has difficulties.
Loss is the word you were looking for, sir.
All right, loss. Tragic loss.
Very well, then I will, temporarily, assume command of the case of Bernadette Nachel. But you might inform her influential friends that nothing and no one will be spared.
Oh, no, come on, Pete. I appreciate that you and Stefan have been colleagues and friends.
No, sir, no. Stefan Zabo is much more than just a colleague or a friend. He's been, and still is, a damn good detective.
Valk. What kind of you to come?
Nonsense. You must be Helena. Arlette van der Valk. Stefan and my husband Peter, long-time sparring partners.
Yes, you've spoken of him. Thank you.
Stefan, why don't you go and buy yourself a beer? Allow Helena and me to get to know each other.
Oh, well...
It's all right, Steph, really. Have a vodka for me.
Ask you out. How are you?
Oh, I really feel like hell for Helena. Maybe if I'd been husband to the mother as well as father to the son.
At least you hadn't handcuffed her to the job.
Is that what you did?
Of course. I've learned to live with it. But I don't like it. Sometimes I don't like it at all.
Meaning my imprudence has its plus side.
Meaning je ne regrette rien. Now be off with you. I have to confess, I don't quite know what I should be saying.
Nobody does. Not even the staff. They all seem quite suddenly to have developed a speech impediment.
Well, I shall try not to stutter.
Believe it or not, and it may be hard to believe, but I'm a believer, and it helps. It still hurts, but it helps. Stefan isn't, so hasn't that help?
Don't you worry about Stefan.
Oh, but I do. He's damaged. You see, I was aware of his reputation. But you must understand, he used his love life as a defense against what he had to deal with in his work. Day in and out. I just hope this hasn't diminished him. Or how will he be able to continue?
As a policeman?
Yes. And since that is his life.
Well, I think he'll survive. Somehow.
Yes, so do I. Because, don't you agree, he's larger than life?
Yes, that is one way of putting it.
So, Inspector Upstill, tell me, what have you found out?
The last office closed at around 6 o'clock. There's no sign of a break-in.
Cleaning staff?
Start work at 4:30 a.m. The shell case was found here.
Mm-hmm. That is quite a distance.
Well, used a night sight?
He'd have to achieve any degree of accuracy. So if our gunman was already in situ, he must have known at least 4 hours in advance that the Narcos were going to the restaurant Loudun. Yes?
Yes, sir.
So why didn't he use the building opposite and reduce the risk of error?
Accessibility?
Make inquiries. Younger legs and a quicker brain. Set of you, Inspector.
Less miles on the clock, sir.
Less experience to fall back on.
True, but I have been taught by Stefan Szabo. And Stefan is the,
As good as you can get. Agreed. And would very soon expect some answers.
Yes, sir. Oh, sir, are we sure it's Bernadette Nachel he was after?
You see? Great minds do think alike.
Good evening, Inspector. Or is it?
Is it?
Debatable. Your, financiers on flight VL41. They've disembarked at London Heathrow.
Are they being tracked?
UK Customs. They haven't left the terminal building.
Oh?
They're in conference in the transit lounge. They're negotiating right under our noses.
Knuckle?
5 calls. Incoming. 3 from friends of the wife, expressing shock, horror and wishing her well. 1 cancelling an appointment tomorrow afternoon, caller checked, not known. And 1 international, from Johannesburg. Someone demanding settlement of an outstanding debt in respect of merchandise delivered. Nothing.
So, its status sit tight. Contact Petra for me, will you, Bruno? Tell her we're way down on power, but as soon as it's possible.
Nobody promised this was ever going to be a picnic.
True.
And, isn't it time you got in touch with your father?
It is. I will. Tonight.
I'm sorry. It's ended. We really are dreadfully sorry. I assure you that everything that could have been done.
Yes.
She was an adversary to admire. Though, I always had the feeling that she felt she was a woman who had everything and nothing. So, when Rena Snargle came along...
She just reached out and grabbed.
She presided over the Hurlingham case, didn't she?
Really?
Yes. And you know, there was a business connection between the accused and Rena Snargle. I mean, of course, before they got married, but...
Excuse me. I have to leave. I apologize.
Stefan?
No, no. It's all right. I'm sure Stefan has his reasons. Stefan, thank you for coming. Please come again soon. You know, you're always welcome.
Thanks. And again, apologies.
Now, Pete, you show Stefan to the door.
I always prided myself I could ride with the punches. This was a low blow.
Yes, it was.
I need time and privacy to exercise my pain.
Well, find it, use it, but for God's sake, Steph, control it.
Me.
Coming. Take care. Who is it?
Inspector Franz Obstl, Serious Crime Division. Very correct.
Yes. Understood. Right, I want Rena Snarkle given round-the-clock protection starting now. I'll see you tomorrow morning, Franz. Good night.
May we ask?
I'm now looking for a murderer.
Then we can no longer gamble on Rena sticking close to the bedside.
He went home. He's still at home.
Is he covered there?
Yes. Not that it much matters. Your father's got him under 24-hour guard. Which means...
He's now allowing for the either-or scenario.
What did you expect?
Exactly that. I've got to talk to him.
So, my intention is to retain command. I'm not boring you, am I, sir?
No, but you're not surprising me either. You realize that technically speaking...
Oh, yes, technically speaking, it should all be passed on to Willem Marset murder. Well, I've already spoken to Willem. He's not exactly volunteering, so...
Oh, I agree.
I thought you might.
Oh?
Her influential friends will be more fussed than ever having to go to her funeral, yeah?
Yes, they will.
Oh, and I'm also keeping Inspector Obstel involved.
Anything else?
The Groningen case.
It's closed.
Influential friends.
Closed?
Well, officially.
Pete, please. Remember, when push comes to shove.
I know, I'm not popular.
Well, that's the price you pay for plowing your own perverse furrow. You understand?
Only too well. So you must have results for the Narkel killing, and the Groningen case stays closed.
How perceptive you are, Commissaris.
Seek something new and exciting that little Miss Perfect would bring. Preferably blonde and attractive, and preferably 20 or so. Please send your details by letter. Miss Gorgeous and Sexy but Lonely.
What was that?
Well, nothing you'd want to listen to.
Yes, well, if it keeps you awake.
After the spell I've put in, it's my sanity.
Control to Van Neuring. Come in, please.
Go ahead, brain dead.
Control to Van Neuring. Is the leader with you?
Positive. Control.
Go ahead, Control.
Control to leader. They're on leg 2. ETA Schiphol, 35 minutes. Understood?
Thank you, Control. Understood.
Will he walk into my parlor, said the spider.
There are no flies on these two. So there's still no sign of movement yet from Mr. Stahl. Which one's his?
Second floor up, this side. Nobody in, nobody out. Gone to ground.
Good enough. Danny Kean will relieve you within the half hour, but stay on call, all right?
Commissaris, I thought you'd retired. No, you didn't. You have too much of an ear to the ground.
There are those who wish I was right. When are you due, Commissaris, for retirement?
When I tire of tripping over the likes of you, you old rascal, do you know I could pinpoint your exact whereabouts at any time of the day or night?
Ah, well, that's because when you do your business on the streets, Commissaris, your clients have to know where to find you. Now, what can I do for you? A solitaire for Mrs. van der Valk? Or is there a young lady you wish to impress?
What do you know about Rinus Narkel?
Narkel? Rinus Narkel?
Sebastian.
A not unintelligent man, Commissaris. Capable man.
A little more precise.
Arrived here, what, some 2 years back from South Africa, I believe. Yes. Now entrepreneurial man.
Has he trodden on toes?
Yes, the deals he does on the street bear no relation to his reported wealth. Why don't you pay one of the big boys a visit?
I don't want you to see.
Stefan, stop. I'm here because Helena asked me to help.
Help? Oh, help me? Oh, yes, of course. No, it's wrong. It's I that should be... Oh, I'm sorry. Come here. I know it's a slum. I haven't had time. I should be helping her. I should be out there doing my work. Instead, Pete's out there doing my work. He should be doing his own work.
Isn't it one and the same?
Not anymore. He's elevated now. An executive.
They'll never let him hear you say so.
He hasn't taken to it, has he?
No. He moved up one rung too many.
Yes? Pete! Big boys? Mountaineering? Mira? Wykoning. No, but I will. I said I will. And you, Pete. We were saying.
He's doing what he does best. Have you eaten? Can I get you anything? Shopping. I'll do some shopping.
No. I'll be fine. Thank you.
Please state your business, sir.
Commissaris van der Valk for Mr. Charles Mira.
Do you have an appointment, sir?
No.
Identification, please, sir. One moment, please. Commissaris van der Valk to see Mr. Charles. This gentleman will escort you, sir.
Thank you.
Commissaris, Charles Mira.
Van der Valk.
And the nature of your business?
I'm investigating the murder of Bernadette Nachel.
Yes.
You know her husband, Renus.
Yes.
Do you care to say anything?
It's no secret I despise the man. He has no scruples. He's bullied. He's bribed his way.
He's not a gentleman.
We operate on a different level, but a number of well-respected street dealers that I know have been pushed to the wall as a result of his tactics.
Yes?
A strict control governs the sale of diamonds. Commissaris Renus Nachel contrives to circumvent that control.
How?
Oh, I could only speculate.
Then please, do.
In diamonds, stock price has to be kept artificially high to ensure exclusivity.
And to ensure artificially high profits. Is that it? Is Nachel undercutting you?
Let's just say distribution has to be strictly regulated. Does that answer your question? Excuse me. Yes. I will be with them in 1 moment. Thank you. You see, Commissaris, the man on the street is important to our membership, as is a famed house like Mira. He is, however, more vulnerable to the effects of people like Renus Nachel, and I wouldn't want to see the little man go under.
So why don't you tell me more?
I assure you, had I the evidence, I wouldn't hesitate.
Mr. Mera, your dislike of this man, it's more than just a mistrust of his business methods.
Is it?
Why don't we meet later on when you're less busy?
A pleasure, Commissaris.
Tell me, sir, what do you know about the Groningen case?
No more than the media were allowed to make known. What games our politicians play.
Yes, the games are not uncommon, sir. Likewise, the getting caught.
Hiya. The man I've been looking for.
If you can't afford it, do without it.
No, it's not that.
Oh, isn't it? What a shame. I was going to add your brother never sends us begging letters.
My brother doesn't have to make do on an inspector's salary.
True. So why were you looking for me?
Renus Nachel.
What about him?
We've got him in our sights.
Explain.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I mean, it's an interagency operation. I haven't the authority to. But we have Nachel under surveillance, have had for some time.
Do you know why his wife was murdered, or was it a case of poor marksmanship?
Well, I mean, your guess. But we have absolutely no reason to believe there's anyone gunning for Renus. He's not, to the best of our knowledge, on anyone's hit list.
Yes, but it's not beyond the bounds of possibility.
Well, the same would go for Bernadette. I mean, with her background, she's bound to have been on many a twisted mind.
We're saying the shot could have been meant for either. So?
We want you to withdraw his protection. We need him to feel free.
Oh, no, I can't do that. I already have one murdered Nachel.
But we'll have him covered.
Out of sight? No. Won't do. It has to be seen to be done.
Then I'll just have to go over your head.
Which won't get you anywhere. Haven't you learnt yet? You don't move up, you move sideways, around. Van der Valk's way.
Good day, Commissaris.
Inspector, let's just stroll, shall we? I have a fondness for graveyards, France. Find them therapeutic and an aid to clear thinking.
You do, sir?
Yeah. Yes, where else could you be in such crowded company and still only hear your own voice? Well, no matter. We're certainly in need of some clarity of thought. My son... Have you met my son, Vim?
I know of him. We've never worked together.
My son has thrown somewhat of a spanner. Apparently our friend Nachel is involved in the drugs trade.
Money washing.
Oh, really?
That's a guess, sir. That he's a laundryman. It's guesswork.
Yes, well, we'll restrict ourselves to facts, if you don't mind. The domestic drama, murder.
Renus Nachel has asked to speak to the officer in charge.
Has he now? Well, so he shall. But first, what have you got to tell me?
Well, the bullet was found embedded in a wall at the Loudon. Ballistics believe it was fired from a self-loading Heckler Koch 33.
Good. So now the point is who squeezed that trigger. What else? Anything on Bernadette Nachel?
Well, since her resignation, she'd hardly been sighted. Become something of a recluse.
Well, she resigned after the Groningen case. And Renus?
Well, nothing of substance. Nothing to suggest an involvement in narcotics. It seems that Renus Nachel is not the charming, courteous man he appears to be.
No. Well, let's see if I can scratch the surface.
What's this? Reconciliation?
Negotiation.
Truce. Not until the war is won. What news from the front?
They're down, booked into the hotel. Hausinger and Postma are shadowing.
Action stations. You, get some rest. Go on, you're still on call. So?
No comment. From me or you.
Commissaris, I've been wanting a word.
So I've been told.
Yes. Please. Come in.
Thank you.
Commissaris, please do sit.
Thank you, I'll stand. Iron out the creases.
As you wish. But I must ask that these policemen be removed.
They're here for your protection.
Protection? But I don't need protection. I have a business to attend to, Commissaris. And I can't do business with your officers watching my every move. Please.
No, sir, I can't do that.
Why ever not?
Because I don't believe your wife's killer will make the same mistake twice.
What are you talking about?
That bullet was meant for you, Mr. Nachel.
Preposterous.
Why should anyone want to kill your wife?
No idea.
Why should anyone want to kill you?
Nobody wants to kill me. Now, will you please have these policemen removed and allow me to...
Grieve for your wife, perhaps?
Now, what are you insinuating?
You've asked me to remove the police. I've told you the answer is no. But there's nothing else, sir. I'll let myself out.
Commissaris?
Okay, we're all set. You're set to work the reception desk. You say sir and madam and you smile a lot. Now, if anyone asks you a question you can't understand, just pass it on to someone who can. And you smile a lot.
Go on, you. Smile. Shut up.
And that is not the way.
Yeah. Why me?
Because you look marginally more presentable. Management will provide you with a shaving kit and a necktie. Just think of the gratuities. Leo, stay at the wheel. They move, you move.
I don't have to smile?
No, but you lose them and I'll give you good reason to weep. Do you understand? Off you go, you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, of course. Put him through.
Jan. Pete.
Yeah.
Apologies, but I need to know whatever you know about the Groningen case and the Narcos' part in it.
Off the record. Oh. It's believed Rinus Narchel used his influence to secure the acquittals. It wouldn't have been difficult for Bernadette to sway the opinion of her co-judges.
What about the accused?
One, Jakob Scholten died in a light aircraft crash. Though the National Aviation Investigations team were never really happy with the accidental death verdict. The other, Carl Vessim, is still alive and living, I believe, with a sister in Sandown.
I'm sorry, I don't smoke.
You don't make a move either, not so much as a muscle.
What? Who are you?
I'm the man holding a pistol to your head. Out.
Please, I am not a man of means. I have little money, but what I have...
Out, now. And keep your hands where I can see them.
There must be some mistake.
There is. You made it. Walk. Wirtz to leader, come in, please.
Go ahead, Johan.
I've just taken out a man who was haunting our man, and he was armed. Says his name is Carl Vessim, over.
And? Come on!
Nothing. Says his only connection with Narchel was the Groningen case. Advise, over.
Call in my old man's office. He'll have someone come and offload him. You, sit tight. Out.
You talked to your father?
Yes. He wasn't having any.
I've got a great relationship with my father. We only meet at weddings and funerals.
Leo, open the window.
Yes?
I said the Groningen case was closed.
Am I accused of reopening it?
You've been making noises. It's been noted, and it is to stop immediately.
That bad?
No joke, Van der Valk. Beyond a joke. Now, you may not like this desk, but would you really enjoy being back on the beat?
That bad? All right, yes, I did ask a few questions.
You broke down doors that were best left bolted.
And out came the skeletons.
Desist. This is an order. Direct from the site, and it is not to be disobeyed. You understand?
I understand.
Clearly? Good. Then I'll expect to hear no more.
The booking was made a week ago.
Yeah. Thank you. We have an arrest, one Carl Vessem.
Wasn't he one of the accused in the...
In the Groningen case, yes. Come on. Take a seat, Professor. I'm Commissaris van der Valk. This is Inspector Obstel. Why did you shoot and kill Bernadette Nagel?
I haven't shot or killed anyone.
All right, I'll start again. Why have you been stalking Rinus Nagel?
I was going to.
You were going to what?
I was going to kill Bernadette Nagel.
Yes.
Someone else shot her.
Do you know when Bernadette Nagel was shot, Mr. Vessem?
Yes.
How?
I heard it reported on my car radio. I was driving down from Zaandam, my sister's. I'd gone there to get a gun.
With which to shoot and kill who, Mr. Vessem?
Bernadette Nagel. The gun you've now got belongs to my brother-in-law.
And your sister can verify this?
Yes. That is, unless she wishes to entirely wash her hands of me. She has threatened. I am, you see, a blight.
Why? Why, Carl? Why did you go to get the gun in order to shoot and kill Bernadette Nagel? And since then, you parked outside her house, knowing she wasn't at home.
It was my only way out.
Out of what?
A situation that had become intolerable.
Yes.
Nothing left. I'd been played. Blackmailed. Rinus wanted his wife removed. He promised that if I killed, he had certain pictorial evidence.
Relating to your part in the Groningen affair?
Beginning of my end. For I see now that it must be the end. But I have ended no life but my own, sir. I'd hoped to convince Rinus that by claiming that it was I
Watch his every move. That's not our man. He didn't set up a rifle on a rooftop overlooking the restaurant Ludin.
Agreed.
No, that man didn't, but now we know Rinus Nagel wanted it done. Progress.
And what next?
Oh, it'll all make more sense in the morning, Franz. We'll talk to Rinus Nagel in the morning. He's not running anywhere. Meantime, I'll leave him in your capable hands.
Won't you join me? At least for a moment.
For Were my thoughts so obviously elsewhere?
Where? On what?
Diamonds.
All was well, yes?
Thank you, yes. All was wonderful.
Perhaps you should dine at the Restaurant Loudun more often, Commissaris.
Whose side are you on?
We exiled French should always stick together.
In a conspiracy to make us Dutch husbands poor.
Perhaps now, if you wouldn't mind, Madame, I hesitate to introduce it. Concerning the other matter, I spoke with the inspector earlier.
I know.
There is something. Before her marriage, Madame Nachel had another constant companion, Monsieur Mira. Charles Mira. I don't know if that's any. Commissaris, Madame.
Thank you.
They've asked for the bill. They've called a cab. They're checking out. Over.
Understood. On our way. Over. Leo. Leo!
What?
Shake it. Police, we are armed. Please don't make any sudden moves.
Very well. Are we under arrest, officer?
Inspector van der Valk. We've got some questions to ask.
Which I'm only too willing to answer. My companion, I fear, does not speak your language.
Is there somewhere we can...
There's an office over there. The manager's approved it.
Well, if you please, gentlemen, bring your luggage. Would you excuse us? Thank you. Would you mind? Do you have any objection to a search, sir?
Not at all. Though I assume that objection would be overruled anyway. What is it you're looking for, Inspector?
Money. Cash. US dollars, high denomination bills, lots of them.
Ah. Then I cannot help. We have a small amount in travelers' checks, and even a smaller amount in currency. But, see for yourself.
And in the briefcase?
Open it.
Interesting.
May I, Inspector? My wallet. And here, Inspector, is the receipt. That shows that the stones were purchased legitimately here in Amsterdam, and from a very reputable source.
Reputable. Bought with a bag full of dirty dollars.
Proof Inspector?
We've been had. Taken. Clever. Very. You were about to leave us, I believe.
We're booked onto a flight for Bogota. Home, Inspector.
You'll be escorted to skip all departures. We'd rather you didn't return. Should you...
Telephone call for Mr. van der Valk.
Telephone call for Inspector van der Valk.
A moment, please, gentlemen. Yes. Bruno.
Call in from Brand Euring covering Stahl. She's made contact. Requesting clearance to respond. Advise.
Granted. Approach with discretion. Right, gentlemen. Well, we wouldn't want you to miss that flight, would we?
As you say, Inspector.
Hello, Hans. May I come in?
You're asking? With a gun in your hand? Come in. Come in.
Well, Hans, I must say, for a messenger boy, you do manage to live in some style. Who's this?
A friend. He's a friend stopping over. What? I can't have a friend to stay? Look, I have every right to...
Hans! Believe it. I'm a bitch. Any excuse, I'll blow a hole in your head. No remorse. So don't speak to me of your rights. I'm only interested in your wrongs. Who are you?
Schwartz. Theo Schwartz.
What are you?
What? I work on baggage at Schiphol.
Shut up.
Yes, Tia. Shut up. You, Star. Open up. Now. Go on. Well, well.
It's enough for everyone to...
Hans.
I tried.
You lost. You're a loser, Hans. You too, Theo. And there's a price to be paid.
How much?
Everything. You can tell me.
Ah, Franz. Good morning.
Sir, Commissary Samo is...
First, what of Karl Vessin?
Well, he's been transferred to hospital, psychiatric. He came apart.
Prognosis?
He's waved the world goodbye.
So the Groningen case is closed.
It was a real mess, but one of the officers recognized Commissary Sabo. Words were exchanged, punches were thrown, things got broken.
Things? Fixes and fittings?
And some teeth, sir.
Stephens?
No, he got kicked where it hurts most.
He's been ordered home. Stay home.
By the Hoofdcommissaris, and in no uncertain terms.
You said you were going to find somewhere private?
We're more private than the Conduit Club. We're more anonymous, where everyone's a passing stranger.
Stefan.
Pete, it worked. I called the gods to book. I'm exercised, able now to help Helen.
You're also suspended. You are a senior police officer.
If you cut me, do I not bleed?
Enough, Stefan. Go home. Go now. Right now! I'll give you Mary's home address. You'll need a search warrant. Now, you know what you're looking for, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Get him safely off the premises and then...
Right, sir.
Come, Commissaris, let me get you some coffee.
No coffee, thank you. Some explanation would be welcome.
Yes? Are you sure?
Positive. Why did you want your wife dead, Mr. Narco?
Narco? Yes? Of course. Oh, please do. Trade. The world continues to turn. You were saying, Commissaris?
You wanted her dead because she'd become a thorn in your side. Took exception to your more exotic enterprises.
These are questions I don't think I have to answer. Certainly, I don't choose to answer.
Well, think again, because last night we arrested Karl Vessin. You do know Karl Vessin, don't you? Well, you'd hardly claim otherwise since you blackmailed the man to the point of irreversible breakdown. He confessed. He intended killing your wife at your request. That makes you an accessory, Mr. Narco.
That was a proposal made in jest, Commissaris, and some months ago, I might add. But still, if it was Vessim, then I would have to say that he made a job of it.
You know better than that. You know Vessim doesn't have a murder in him. A man of perverse appetites, perhaps. Not the stuff assassins are made of.
Then we are but playing games, aren't we? And the worst you can accuse me of is indifference.
I know that you know who was on that roof. I'm also prepared to bet whoever it was, you were his accomplice.
Ah, now that, Commissaris, you will have to prove. Is there anything else?
Not at present, no. I feel sure that there'll be a future occasion.
Then I hope you'll come armed with something more substantial than suspicion. Good day, Commissaris.
Hello, Commissaris.
Ah, yes. Van Leuring. And what, may I ask, are you doing here?
Chasing a grubby paper chain.
Do you know the next link?
We can make a damned good best guess, sir.
I think we both could, Miss Van Leuring.
Are you sure you want to do it this way?
Why prolong the agony with the added ache of parting? This way's cleaner, free of further complication.
I'm not sure Stefan will see it that way. Stefan is an emotional man.
Yes, and Stefan will always be Stefan. And who would have it any other way?
I won't argue with that.
And you know, don't you, I shall always be grateful.
Think nothing of it. Now come. You have a journey to make.
It's already started. And the Lord only knows.
Let me.
Oleg?
Stefan.
Helena?
I'm going home, Stefan.
We're going home. I've arranged that we...
No. What Elena means is that she's going home. To her home.
Nijmegen? But I thought that we were going... Helena.
Stefan, I have to make a new start, and I have to make it on my own. I'm sorry. I wanted to avoid... I didn't want to make matters worse. Please. I've left you a letter. It says everything. Arlette has it. I must go. Goodbye, Stefan.
Do you suppose Bruno's right about where it goes next?
It won't be a wild guess.
No. Bruno isn't given to wild guesses.
When you've learned the way he's learned.
Hey, isn't that your...
Damn it. He must have made some connection of his own.
You once rounded off a lecture at the academy. Always remember, no technical aid will ever displace intuition in the detective's armory.
Yes?
Yes.
Good.
What do you suppose...
Don't ask.
Yes, sir. State your business, please, sir.
Commissaris van der Valk, open the door, please, immediately. Thank you. Hold that.
Commissaris, a pleasure.
I doubt that, sir. Charles Miller, you're under arrest.
I am.
You are. The charge is murder.
Really? Very well.
No remonstrations.
My housekeeper telephoned. Somewhat tearful. Touching. She told me that you'd, well...
No thoughts of making a run for it?
No. I have my dignity. Shall we? Your dignity and friends in, as they say, high places.
You think that'll help you?
It's always a help. Don't you find?
I wouldn't know. I have none.
Oh, come now, Commissaris, a man of your high rank, rubbing shoulders with the makers and the breakers.
What an unreal world you must inhabit. Perhaps you'd have us believe it was your housekeeper left the Heckler-Koch rifle hidden away at your house?
I'm sure I shall have the very best legal advice and guidance.
Yes, sir, I'm sure you shall. But aren't you forgetting something? The victim? Your victim was herself part of the plutocracy, which you'll now ask to help save your skin.
Part of, yes, but not, I assure you, universally admired. I will, believe me, have allies. I confess, I underestimated the woman. So desperate to expiate the guilt of having once failed to live up to such exacting standards.
The Groningen case.
The one and only sin of Bernadette Nachl.
The one and only, surely, weren't there two?
Yes?
The threat to expose her husband. And by association, you.
That was stupidity. The most heinous crime of all.
Come on. Move. Thank you. Leo, do you have to?
Yes! Hold it right there, Darby.
All right. I'll take that.
It's yours now, France. Finish it. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Well, I've enjoyed our partnership. It's been a pleasure. Stefan was right. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Well, you were right. The final rinse was in Moscow in exchange for Yakut diamonds, discounted for hard currency.
Won't our friends down in Florida be pleased? The Russians helping launder drug dollars,
won't do a damn thing for US-Soviet relations.
Well, that's their problem. We've plugged the hole. This hole. By tomorrow, the cartel will have dug themselves a dozen new ones.
It was all in vain, old friend.
Yes, so I heard. Some you lose. You want to hear about this narco business?
I heard. Obstal. She believes that she will recover better, more rapidly, on her own. And that her rehabilitation depends on the presence of a younger man.
So finally you got found out.
I think it's time to settle down. Think about early retirement. A place in the suburbs.
To do what? Grow vegetables? Become a vegetable? Stefan Szabo?
Well, why not? Roast. Then again, maybe I'm good for one more time. What do you say?
I say what Arlette says.
Ah, yes. And what does the lovely Arlette say?
The man's a menace.
Pete, I apologize.
What for? If you...
Cut to the quick this time.
So there's nothing to apologize for?
Thanks for everything. And Arlette.
You can also thank your lucky stars that Samson isn't just the hard face he presents to the workaday world.
He isn't?
Oh, no. He agrees there were extenuating circumstances and you're to turn up first thing tomorrow morning with no loss of rank.
Oh, well. I suppose I better thank the old buzzard as well. Pete. Do you want to get drunk?
Why not? Roast.
Your wife says she wouldn't wait up, so she's not to be disturbed. Most of all, she says she doesn't want to see you and Stefan Szabo making fools of yourselves. Where is he anyway, or shouldn't I ask?
For Stefan Szabo, the only time reality comes second best to fantasy is when he's in the folds of a woman.
Are you in control of your faculties?
Don't push it. I took a taxi. What are you doing here, anyway?
You have Charles Mirror. I have Renus Narkle. Exchange is no robbery.
It isn't.
All right, okay, I'll throw in Hans Stahl. I want words with Mirror.
Help yourself. Do I want Stahl?
Do you want to know who provided Mirror with the Heckler cock?
Stahl.
And willing to say so. In testimony. Does that help at all?
Wraps it up. Good night.
Yeah, night.
Wait. Why? Narkle and Stahl, why have they been quite so cooperative?
Terror. The men from the Medellin don't take kindly to being stopped and questioned by policemen in a public place. It offends their sense of self-esteem. More especially, they don't forgive failure. And their retribution is known to be swift and peculiarly savage.
Van der Valk. Coming.
What?
More. What happened? How did it happen?
Well, I was still interviewing Mayra, and Stefan came in and asked if I'd got everything under control, and we came out into the corridor, and the man, the dead man, well, he was just walking up and down. Stefan called out, having spotted him, and the man just turned round and fired. And another officer shot him.
Identity?
United States passport. Tomasz Saul Peralta.
The men from the Medellin. And I opened the door for them. I said, after you, gentlemen. I thought I was seeing them safely off the premises.
Yeah, doesn't help, doesn't help.
This is my responsibility, Pete.
Yes.
Managerial. I'm taking responsibility, taking charge.
Yeah. I think you must, yes.
You want to go to the hospital?
No, I don't want to go to the hospital. I want to go home. I want to be with my wife, and I'm going home!
Please don't do that.
What? The man responsible is already in the mortuary. The men he worked for, we know, are beyond our reach. Van der Valk. Thank you.
Tell me.
He'll fight another day.
I don't know why I ever doubted it.